Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another installment of Sports and Wrestling Experience. I am your humble host, Cody Davis, and we are live here at the SWX headquarters, as always, here in beautiful, pretty muggy Louisiana here tonight at 12:38 a.m. on a Friday night, Saturday morning. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SWX Podcast, and we're doing a video tonight, well, another watch along. We did the July 6th, 1998, Monday Night Nitro, the big match between Bill Goldberg and Hulk Hogan at the Atlanta, Georgia Dome. Big title match, 40,000 people, Monday Night Raw, Nitro, Monday Night War, ratings war. Had to get a good rating, had to beat, Raw week to week, so they put a all-time match on free television. They won that week, but I haven't read the book, the Nitro book, that was just one of the many things that WCW did that lost them money and went out of business. Like I was saying on my Twitter page, I put out something last week. I got a request to do. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to do a watch along. Who? Any request?" And the first guy put. I got a few requests. The first guy put Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17, main event. So that's what we're going to do tonight. If you want to follow along, please, I got it set right now. We're at, go to the network, and I'm going to put this in the comments and for the video. So basically, once you click the video and you read everything, hopefully, like you're already set up to watch on the network, we're at the 3 hour mark, 3 hours and 0 minutes and 57 seconds. And basically, right when you hit play, the Undertaker just finished his match, and he is on a motorcycle. This is, it's the American Badass Taker. He's got his arm up, so we're gonna go ahead and hit play. Like I said, the 3 hour mark on the dot with 57 seconds. So we're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. There goes a. I wanted to start it right here. Here's The Rock walking out, backstage in the Houston's Astrodome, walking with the title, getting ready for the match. It's like him walking to the ring, and then there's Stone Cold Steve Austin right there, looking into the mirror, getting ready. It's like this match, WrestleMania 17 was like, see, nowadays WrestleMania is, people buy so many tickets in November when they go on sale. I'm one of them, with no matches even on the card. Like WrestleMania 28, we knew The Rock would face John Cena in Miami. One of my favorite WrestleManias ever, especially one of the ones I went to. Was so much fun. We don't even know what's on the card. And obviously, they didn't know what was on the card months ahead, but this match was just built around this match, and rightfully so. It's one of the greatest. Just maybe not the match itself, but just the story, and that's what wrestling is. Wrestling is just telling a story in the ring. This video. If I could put two people in the Hall of Fame as far as music, I would put Limp Bizkit and, of course, my man Flo Rida, who's been a part of the WWE for about a decade now when it comes to music. But this highlight package, there's Deborah. Very chesty blonde. I believe Deborah and Stone Cold were married at one point. I think Stone Cold's been married 2 or 3 times. Yeah, Limp Bizkit's My Way, this video, this promo package. WWE puts out some of the best, if not the best, just highlight videos in general. It's always good stuff. This is the build up to the match. I think Deborah was involved in some way at one point. And Stone Cold, he had won the Royal Rumble to get in this match, which was in New Orleans, which is an hour away from me. I guess people, if I have a worldwide audience, I guess I could say, like if I meet somebody and they're from like Australia, I go to a Wrestlemania and they from Australia. I jokingly will tell them I'm from Denham Springs, Louisiana, which is my hometown. Watson, Louisiana, actually. But they don't know where that's at, so I just tell them New Orleans. I'm like, oh yeah, New Orleans. So here's Austin drinking some beer, drinking some Steve Weisers. The Rock gives him a Stone Cold Stunner, continuing to build up this match. Jim Ross is going nuts. This video is just the best. I was in 8th grade at this point, just living life and watching wrestling and just having a grand old time. Wishing I was Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. See, and this is a few weeks after they did the whole thing at in Panama City Beach, that the Nitro, where WWF had bought WCW. So like, they're the only show in town now. Any LSU fans? LSU, go Tigers! You even got the cup tonight too. Big LSU basketball fan. I think LSU next year does really good thing. They have a whole new team. Players left. But yeah, they got a whole bunch of guys coming in. Will Wade is going to eventually win a national championship at LSU. That day will come, and that day will be sweet. See, 2001. I'm going to provide a lot of y'all with some little factoids during this watch-along. Yeah, they did an interview. The Rock and Stone Cold did one of those little sit-downs with Jim Ross, which was kind of rare at the time, even now. It was really good, like, sit down with them just talking about the match and whatnot in the locker room. It gives it a very real feeling, this match right here. And Jim Ross, Paul Heyman, a very underrated announce team. Didn't last that long because Jerry Lawler was out. Howard Finkel makes it a no DQ. Jim Ross is like, no DQ? When that happened? Look, here comes one of the greatest pops ever. Everybody up on their feet. It's like if you didn't bring in a poster, you were not allowed in. 70,000 people, probably about 50,000 posters, if I had to guess. The Bionic Redneck. Jim Ross going nuts here in a minute, just saying how this is his life, this is his destiny, this is his dream. All the way from Edna, Texas. This is amazing. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a bad son of a bitch, man. I want to talk basically the whole time throughout this to keep everyone just engaged and whatnot, but I had to be quiet there for a second. Look at this. The camera flash. I miss the camera flashes so much in wrestling. I mean, nowadays everyone's got smartphones and stuff. There's no flash really, unless you're Ryan and you bring a digital camera to the event. It's 2020. Shout out to Ryan, my best friend Ryan out there in Metairie, Louisiana. You can follow him at Mr. Kennedy 504. He's my wrestling guy. It's insane how you meet people through, I guess, your similarities or hobbies and whatnot. I've met so many people in the wrestling world, wrestling community. Met friends that I might see once a year or talk to every day, and he's one of them, and very thankful for him. The camera flashes, man, all the way from the top. The Rock. From Miami, Florida, weighing in at 280 pounds, The Rock. 275 pounds, sorry. What a match. I mean, I had asked Ryan a few weeks ago, I said, what's the biggest main event you've ever seen in person? And I knew what his answer should have been. And he's been to just as much, almost as many WrestleManias as I've been to. And he said, Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Randy Orton from WrestleMania 30, which was, of course, Yeselmania. That was absolutely amazing. This visual right here, Good job, WWE. Good job, Kevin Dunn. Sorry, I got off topic there for a second. The Rock, Stone Cold, Earl Hebner right in the middle. Rock's like, get out of the way. I got to go turnbuckle to turnbuckle. The people need their picture. Flashes, camera flashes. What a scene. I would have, God, I would have kicked, I would have done anything to have been at this one. But I was 13 years old and didn't have a car. No 13-year-old has a car. And off they go. But yeah, Ryan had said Bryan, Batista, and Orton. I was like, come on, man. I was like, dude, Rock Cena. That was the main event. That was two names people knew. Wasn't really a passing of the torch, I don't think so. It was just a phenomenal match. God, the Lou Thesz press. God bless Lou Thesz. Right hands by Austin. And yeah, Rock Cena main event. Yeah, the opening. I mean, that WrestleMania indeed was built around that match because we knew about it for a year. I know. I mean, I'm a huge CM Punk fan. CM Punk and Jericho was for the title. Yeah, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus for the title. That opened the card. With 18 seconds, Sheamus kicked him. There was someone in our group that went to that WrestleMania with us, and she had to go to the bathroom, and she missed the opening match. She was a big Daniel Bryan fan. She had like the some Daniel Bryan shirt, that whatever his shirt was at the time. It wasn't yet, the whole Yes thing hadn't really got. It started the night after. I remember in Miami at the Raw after. It picked up steam. I mean, it was there, but like it wasn't like it was a year later. Take that back. Yeah, it was kind of there. There was no Yes shirts made. She's all excited. She has a drink and like some food, and we're like, hey, you missed Daniel Bryan's match. She wasn't happy. We calmed her down. They're already outside in this match. Where's my Kermit? Like, what's up, Kermit, Texas? Guess that's a shout out to Kermit, Texas. Do I have any Kermit, Texas fans that are watching this watch along? If so, please comment below. Bet they didn't think they'd get The Rock and Austin right in front of their face. Don't touch these guys. The guy wearing a Playboy shirt. This guy wearing like a yellow shirt and like a Hawaiian, like unbuttoned. Oh man, this is 2001. This guy t-shirt, a tucked in shirt, and like faded jeans. Everyone's got their like $5 little disposable cameras. There's a lot of security out there. The Spanish announce table, of course, is dead. Hugo Savinovich like taking bumps as the announcer. I go off topic, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, Rock Cena. I was there, and I remember I got teary eyed whenever The Rock came out. You had Machine Gun Kelly playing music, you know, one of his hits to represent John Cena. Then you got Flo Rida come out, plays music. It was a really pretty night in Miami. I just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, you know, just really nice. Wasn't raining. As long as it ain't raining, that's fine. No rain in the forecast. Just a amazing time. Had a really good time at that WrestleMania. One of my good friends, Brian. Just the ambiance of it. Cena comes out and everyone is just booing like crazy, and it was like this. I'll compare it to LSU Alabama. Me being an LSU fan, I've been to enough of those games where LSU comes out, everyone's going nuts. Alabama comes out, it's just boos, people throwing stuff on the field, just flipping the bird, double fingers, you know, just F you, F bombs, like it's real life hate. Rock comes out, it's just a hero's welcome. Just it's one of those things you had to have just been there. Absolutely great, good stuff. Good match going on. 1-2 kick out. Yeah, let's see. 2001 highlights. What was going on in 2001? What happened in 2001 while this match was happening? Let's see. A pound of bacon cost $3. A dozen eggs, 90 cents. Now it's like $3. Let's see. I know this is good. Let's see, pop culture. There we go. Popular films. You got Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Pearl Harbor, Jurassic Park, Hannibal, Training Day, Monsters Ball. Popular musicians. First one's Janet Jackson. She's not first anymore. Destiny's Child, still big. Let's see, Aaliyah. Yeah, this one, Aaliyah passed away. Aaliyah passed away the day my uncle had passed away. And rest in peace to my uncle Wendy. Hell of a guy. My mom's brother. Whenever we were grieving his death at the hospital, we found out he had passed. It was like breaking news about Aaliyah. Aaliyah, great singer. All right, enough about that. Here they are. They're right in front of JR and Heyman. I guess they didn't want this to be a technical match, so they did a whole lot of outside interference. In 2009 or 2010, I dressed up. Yep, The Rock made Earl Hebner fall just now. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like the video. If you even clicked on it, please like it. It helps out with the page. And please subscribe. You can subscribe. There's The Rock's mom and some dude next to her. I don't know who that is. But please subscribe to the channel. Oh, Austin's being so mean. Subscribe to the channel. I'm at 19 subscribers right now. We need to get that number up. I do appreciate the 19 that are subscribed, though. Very grateful for you guys. Trying to get that number up because that's what people want. You know, and trying to do outside projects that I'll be hopefully going for. I do plan on going for the next few months. They're going to ask, what's your followers? I'm not going to beg, but I need followers, and I want to get followers based on the work I put in, you know. And you need a little help too. You can turn notifications off. Hey, I just need that number. I need to follow. 2010, I dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin for Halloween. Basically, I bought a pair of blue jeans. Oh, I had a pair of like faded blue jeans. I cut them off like kind of short. I bought some knee pads. I had some black boots. I didn't get. I don't think I had facial hair at the time. But I mean, I didn't really grow a goatee, and I didn't shave my head bald or anything, or get like a bald head thing. That dude right there that they just showed, he's a spiky hair guy. He's been front row at so many WrestleManias, and I mean, I just saw him. I'm glad I got to see him. Never met him before, but he's one of the fans that's isn't trying to be known. Like you got a lot of these fans nowadays that just try to be like ultimate marks, trying to get themselves over. Wearing the same shirt to every show for the past 8-9 years. Over exaggerant, over selling their reactions to things. Y'all know who I'm talking about. There's a couple of them. One in particular. But yeah, dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I had one hell of a time. Chad, once you watch, if you're watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Austin, Texas is one hell of a city. Speaking of Austin, like right here, we're doing this watch-along. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the challenger, facing The Rock, the WWF World Heavyweight Champion. Spinning neck breakers, going for the pin. 1, 2, and he got him! And no, he didn't. The Vince McMahon quote. The Rock has been busted open. Love the HBK poster, like front and center. He's not even around right now. Astrodome was not even being used at this point. There was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that got them this. They wanted something, and I don't know how they went about it, but Astrodome, they got it. I think this was the last big event that they ever did, because now, I don't know if for those of you watching, if you've been to Houston, you got Reliant Stadium, and Astrodome's like right there in that little big area, and it's basically like it's like a garage slash storage unit for like the rodeo and stuff. There's like a big rodeo, I think, at the Reliant Stadium where they used to do the shows. Yeah, it's a dump. It's kind of it's somewhat of an eyesore, but like I think the city of Houston doesn't know what to do with it. Had to get in touch with my friend Bruce Pritchard. Uh, I would say he's a fan of the show, but he's not aware of it. I've talked to Bruce before. I've met him a few times. Really nice guy. Him and Conrad Thompson. You know, obviously Conrad being the Podfather, he's what we all want to be. Do I want to be just like Conrad Thompson when I get older? I guess so, because he's a hell of a guy and he does a really freaking good job at what he does. It's not a shout out or anything. I'm just saying good things about good people. Rock clearly just missed on that. This is a really that was a good visual. This setup was sweet too. Crimson Mask, get him, Jr. I got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin at the 2018 WrestleCon. I remember he was putting some stuff out on Twitter saying like big teaser, this and that. I don't know if he did it on March 16th or 316 day or something. I don't remember exactly when it was. It might have been February. I mean, I think we had a little bit of time. I saw he was doing a meet and greet, and I'm like, holy hell! I mean, I gotta. And I was trying to like figure out things like, oh, for the price he's charging, I could meet Bret Hart and this guy, all for the price of one Austin. And I'm like, dude, Stone Cold's freaking Steve Austin. And this is the picture that I got with him. Really cool. It was I probably not supposed to happen because another close pinfall. The Rock just hit him with the bell, hit him with the ring bell. I got there. I think it was for like 9. I got there like 9:15, and it was quick, and like the line was ridiculous, and I'm sitting there, and I missed it. So I go to the lady and explain to her. Thought I got in a car wreck. Didn't get in a car wreck, so I didn't get there in time. I was trying to park for free way across town in New Orleans. I had to walk like 2 miles, but hey, I saved money. Cutting costs, pal. Um, I tend to be pretty cheap, I guess, but oh well. Um, then the lady tells me she can't do anything, and I'm like, I don't believe that, you know. And I'm being respectful. She says, "Well, do you want to meet Goldberg?" I said, "No, ma'am." I'm like, no, I want to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin. I told her I went way out of my way to come do this. I'm from way out of state, even though I'm an hour away. Stayed at Ryan's house. That's I was like, it's like our hometown WrestleMania in New Orleans. And New Orleans has done a hell of a job with both of those shows they did in 2014 and 2018. And she said, you know, I'm like, look, I just give me a refund. Just give me a refund. And she's like, hold on 1 second. She gets on her walkie-talkie. She's like, go that way and take a left. And then there was a lady waiting for me, and she yells out, "We got another one!" And I'm like, where is she taking me? She takes me in this like random room, and there's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm like, whoa! I'm like, hey Steve, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, kid? Take the picture. Shook his hand. Told him thank you for what he's done. Real quick. I mean, this guy right here in the Hawaiian shirt, man, is just loving life. He's having such a good time. Looks like me at a wrestling show. Just yeah, he's having a grand time. 2001, no one's on their cell phones, no one's quarantined, everyone's just watching the show, eating hot dogs, drinking beer, showing up with a sign, living life, having a hell of a time. I love how the Spanish announce guys just don't have a table. They're just like sitting there. Now we got like the German announce table, and you got it's you have like 3 or 4 tables set up for big shows. Let's go to the German announce team. It's like, man, who cares? Guys, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It would really be appreciative. Sports and wrestling experience with an X. Like I told someone today, join the experience. It sounded so cheesy, but hey, it worked. These monitors, man, I would not have wanted to take a bump from these damn monitors right here. Boom! Jim Ross is just selling this match like it's just the greatest thing ever, which it is. It's damn good. Too bad him and Heyman didn't have more of a run because they were just, was it the yin to his yang? Like JR's giving all this stuff, and then Heyman would bitch and moan and about whatever, and they would argue, but they both knew what they were talking about. They did a really good job. WWF.com. I love these aprons too, the different colors. See, 2020, this stuff wouldn't fly nowadays because everyone's so safe. You got like blood in the ring. I don't know if that was, I guess, from this match or just past matches. You know, they changed the aprons. I think usually like 2 or 3 times a match now or per show. I know, like at a Raw or SmackDown or a house show, you know, they'll show like a video or something, video package, or as Mean Gene would say, a package. Brutus the Barber, Brutus, my oh my, what a package. The Rock has Austin in that really shitty sharpshooter. That these visuals are great. The blood's going everywhere. This is awesome. But they show a package, and then like that's whenever they're changing everything. Whenever it's like dark, like I guess like 1 or 2 shows. In this era, I'm not really sure. This is awesome. This is so fun to watch. Ah. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm off about 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry. Let's turn on the closed captioned. And Austin got to the rope. JR Under the Black Hat. I cannot wait to read that book. I read the first book, Slobber Knocker. So good. So many good stories. Car rides with Vince McMahon. Just really good stuff. Like some trips with Ric Flair. Flair exposing himself in limousines with women. Uh, Phenomenal. The Rock going for his, I guess, version of the sharpshooter. Sweet little homage to Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm a Bret Hart fan, but my Shawn Michaels is my favorite ever. Loving the HBK poster front and center right there. So I guess I gotta hate Bret Hart. Don't really have to hate him, but he's the rival to my favorite. So, but Bret did so much for the business. The Rock just like didn't like hawked a loogie, but it was like blood. That's crazy. This match, not that it needed blood, but it definitely helped out. See, with this match, I mean, obviously this is when Stone Cold Steve Austin turned heel, which he said that was like one of his biggest regrets ever. That and walking out in 2003, whenever he was supposed to be in a King of the Ring qualifying match with Brock Lesnar, he just said screw it and left. And then he came back months later, or like he said, took his ball and left. And I guess The Rock did a promo the next night or so on Raw, basically saying, I'm not going to leave y'all just like someone else did, basically shitting on Stone Cold. He was probably told to say that by Mr. McMahon. But, yeah, what was I getting at? I'm sorry, guys. He's got the rope, Stone Cold. Oh, yeah, heel, Stone Cold. Uh, he was turning heel. It was a big regret. And, like, the crowd, you know, when he came out to, like, a freaking hero's welcome in Houston, it's not his hometown. He's from maybe Bill's from Victoria, Texas. I think they say he's from Edna, Texas. Still, Texas boy. And he was a fan favorite. And they're cheering for him, and like he's playing the role of the heel in this match basically the whole time, especially toward the end. You know, Vince comes out and whatnot, and since the crowd can't hear Jim Ross or can't see anything, they're basically kind of oblivious. It was like not that the crowd was stupid, Like this guy standing up with the title with his tongue out. Just having a good time. If you spend that much money on a damn ticket to a WrestleMania or wrestling show and you're sitting right there, man, have a good time, man. Don't just be a stick in the mud. There's too many of those. And yeah, like toward the end here, tell you what, we'll get to that when it happens. Roll up two, and he got him. No, he didn't. Bunch of text, man. I'm getting a lot of offers in the to do future projects, and I'm really looking forward to this. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, the second main event they did in I guess a series of 3 main events. Stunner! The Rock does his opponent's move to him. How disrespectful. He's not going for the pin. Go for the pin, Rock! The Rock scored his stunner. StoneColdFigures.com. He's rolling over at 1, 2, no! Austin kicks out. At 2. 2 and about 7/8. 1 second away, like Heyman's been saying. And here he comes. Here comes the genetic jackhammer, the chairman of the board, the creator of Ico Pro and the World Bodybuilding Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Vince McMahon in a cut-off tank top, a red undershirt, and some sweatpants. He's not doing the Vince. He's not doing the walkout right now. I mean, he's strutting that ass, but you know he looks timid. He looks who's ready. You know, everyone in that crowd knows that he's not going to do what he's about to do. No one knows why Vince is out there. This crowd is freaking oblivious. They don't boo. Later on, we'll get there later. Damn it, Austin's pissed. He's trying to get out of this match so he can go drink some beer. I don't blame him. Guys, sports and wrestling experience, please like the Facebook page I set up, Experience with an X. Just search it. Instagram and Twitter at SWX Podcast. Please help me get the numbers up. I really would appreciate it. Hey, you follow me, I'll follow you. It's like The Rock setting up for the people's elbow. It's like opposite hard camera. This visual is sweet. I mean, they're right there, right under it. It's a visual you don't really get often. You can see the whole stadium. The most electrifying move in sports entertainment. People's elbow! That's my Jerry Lawler impression. He's going for the pin. 1, 2! Vince McMahon pulls The Rock. One billionaire pulls another billionaire's foot off of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the challenger, who is in his hometown trying to win back what is rightfully his, and that is the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock is stunned. He's like, you son of a bitch. No. Vince is running pretty fast right here. Very athletic. The crowd is like, what the hell is going on? Like, no one knows. Here we go. Rock bottom! Rock bottom! Austin does the rock bottom to The Rock! He's going for the pin. People think it's over. 1, 2, no! Crowd so invested. Crowd so invested. I miss crowds like this so bad. People are having so much fun. This one dude, I've seen him 4 different times doing the suck it thing, like right in the middle, to the right kind of. Kyle Lamar, they're getting them over. Keep showing that damn poster. Here we go. Up, stunner. Nope. Oh, there goes Hebner. There goes the ref. He's done. He's out for the remaining of the night. Wonder what the protocol is whenever referees get knocked out. Like, do you have to be knocked out for a certain, like, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? But then, like, whenever they need to get up, they jump up immediately. And I have a really good friend, Jesse. He'll always say something like, uh, something about wrestling. He'll say, like, well, was there any, like, interference? Or, like, did the ref see it? You know, that's, like, his thing. Here comes Vince with a chair. Again, like, if you're sitting in section 341, row S, you don't know what's going on. You're like, what the hell? You don't have a headset. You can't hear anything. He gets all of The Rock right here, too. Maybe not. Oh, I was wrong. It's like the crowd's just kind of like, huh? There's no ref. There's no ref. Where's Charles Robinson when you need him? Thank you, Charles Robinson, for going back and forth with me the other day on Twitter. That made my day. Kick out at 2. Charles Robinson is one of the best guys in the wrestling business. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be when it comes to wrestling referees. Started the Ric Flair fan club, too. Heard that on Primetime with Sean Mooney a few weeks ago. I was going back listening to some shows, and I saw Charles Robinson, who I got to meet a few years ago in New Orleans. Hell of a guy. But he talks about the Ric Flair fan club that he started. Oh, rock bottom! Rock bottom! Go for the pin, Rock! Vince just keeps on interfering. The crowd's confused, man. They don't want to believe. Because, I mean, McMahon Austin is what? I mean, the Attitude Era had already got kickstarted, but that's basically what, like, shot it up, you know? That was like the steroid shot it needed to get over WCW and Monday Night Nitro. Stunner! Stunner! The Rock selling the stunner. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and he got it! No, he didn't. JR is having an aneurysm. JR, Jim Ross, the best. Can't wait to read that book. Still watching, guys. Thank you so much for following along with me. It means a lot that someone will watch this and, you know, take a dip back in time and watch some wrestling and listen to some crazy fan spill out some facts and just talk. 1, 2, and he kicks out again. Hey, this is Vince's company. He's just going to hang out in the ring. There's no DQ because they made that announcement. I think they made that announcement on Sunday Night Heat right before the show. I'm pretty sure. That's whenever they did Sunday Night Heat, obviously on Sundays. I think at 6 or 5. It was a big deal at first, and then it kind of like went down, I guess, in on the pecking order as far as WWE programming. But they would open up the first hour of pay-per-views at Sunday Night Heat. And here comes, and like the crowd kind of probably, if you're smart enough, you know what's going on. And Austin is just beating the crap out of hard hits, man, with that damn chair. I've been hit with a chair before. I told a guy once, just hit me with it, and he hit me, and it didn't tickle. You think he kicks out again? No, he does not kick out. Sorry. 1, 2, 3 gets him. Stone Cold Steve Austin is your new WWF World Heavyweight Champion. Thanks to Vince McMahon. I don't know what Dave Meltzer rated this. I'm thinking like 3 stars. Let's see here. Here we go with the handshake. Jim Ross says, Stone Cold is shaking hands with the devil himself. That is one of the best lines that Jim Ross ever provided. WrestleMania 17 rating. Curious. I was dead wrong. He gave this 4.5 stars. Obviously, you know, just for the ambiance of it. I mean, the whole package. And that's what wrestling's about. Like I said earlier in the video, it's about telling a story. And they told a freaking story in this match. You got to have the crowd on a roller coaster. You got to start and you got to finish. You got to have some zippity doos all in between. But the crowd's still like, I don't know. They don't realize that Austin and McMahon are now in cahoots. Stone Cold is shaking hands with the devil himself. Stone Cold, I thought we were friends. I thought I knew you. But nobody in the history of pro wrestling will ever build anything up as good as Jim Ross, man. Stone Cold has sold out his fans and anyone that has ever appreciated him. He has turned his back on the fans to join Vince McMahon. They are now in cahoots, and now what? Where do you go from here? It's a huge fan of this disturbed version of Stone Cold's theme. They changed it up for a little bit. Of course, you know, the original themes are great, but when they changed it up a little bit, I thought it was really cool. It's a cool song. Oh, Austin's not done. He's about to hit him with the title. Here we go. Oh, last one for good measure. One to grow on, Rock. Of course, they'll have a third match in 2 years. It'd be another fun watch along. WrestleMania 19, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin in Seattle. WrestleMania 19, another one of my favorite WrestleManias ever. You look at that card. That card was stacked, full of just Hall of Fame names left and right. WrestlingFigures.com, is that still a thing? The poster's been out there the whole time. Events. Crowd stunned, man. Vince is like, hit him! Hit him! Hit that son of a bitch! Get him! Get him! Austin, get him! Hit it! Hit it! It's one of my better Vince McMahon impressions. Hopefully y'all like it. I wonder what they are thinking right there. Like, man, like that's something else. Where were you when Stone Cold Steve Austin shook hands with the devil himself, Vincent Kennedy McMahon? I have no clue where I was. And The Rock is just laying there, not knowing what just happened. Not knowing that he just missed history. He just got hit with a shitload of chairs. And here comes the highlight video they would always show after all the WrestleManias. Guys, that'll do it for this watch along. Like earlier, I am your host, Cody Davis, and I will be doing different watch alongs from different, I guess, the greatest matches in wrestling history. Like the title of my show, Sports and Wrestling Experience. It's wrestling, but I'll also be putting out sports content. I guess mainly for, for like hometown, you know, with the LSU Tigers, New Orleans Saints. Maybe some high school stuff down the road. Sports got to get going first. We're in the. I mean, if you're watching this months down the road, but if you're watching it tonight, tomorrow, we're in the middle of this quarantine thing. Still, stuff opened up today, thankfully, out in Louisiana. But everything's not back to normal, 100%. But just doing different stuff. Around town with sports, and with wrestling, you know, it's a worldwide audience. You know, I've got followers right now, like from India, England, Greece. One guy from Greece followed me the other day. Well, pretty cool. Yeah, I can connect with a lot of people on Twitter and just put my stuff out on YouTube and just hopefully get people to watch it. And if you're watching it, I really hope you enjoyed what you watched. And I'll only get better from here. This is my second watch along. So, guys, thank y'all for watching Sports and Wrestling Experience. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get that number up pretty, please. It would mean a lot to me personally. Trying to get the numbers up. Trying to get the people seeing what the hell I'm putting out, because I'm putting out good stuff, especially on Twitter. And follow me on Twitter at SWX Podcast. Guys, that will do it. And Y'all have a good night.